Hello, I'm Howard, pastor of the Roseville New Church, and welcome to Spiritual Shorts. This is the last Sunday before Christmas, and tonight we'll gather for our candlelight carol service at 7 p.m. And if you're local, I hope you'll join us. And for my Spiritual Shorts congregation, well, I want to reflect on one final theme in our Advent series this year, our part. The part we play in welcoming the Lord into our hearts. Today's focus, humility. You know, if you know the story of Jacob and Esau, you'll remember their reunion after decades of estrangement. Jacob had wronged Esau terribly, stealing his birthright and their father's blessing. He then fled in fear. But all these years later, the moment of reckoning has arrived. Esau approached with 400 men. Jacob, anxious and unsure whether he would face mercy or revenge, he arranged his family carefully. And then he did something deeply symbolic. He went ahead of them all and bowed to the ground 7 times. And in that moment, something astonishing happened. Esau ran to meet his brother. He embraced him. He kissed him, and they wept together. You know, years of resentment just melted away, not because Jacob defended himself, and not because he proved anything, but because he came in the posture of humility. And Jacob called Esau, "My Lord." He described his family as gifts from God. The livestock he offered, they were not an attempt to buy favor. They were peace offerings. And Esau simply replied, "My brother, I have plenty. Keep what you have." What a remarkable human story, but also a profoundly spiritual one. You know, in the symbolic language of the Bible, Jacob represents truth, the things we know, our intelligence and our reasoning. Esau, he represents good, the love we have, the charity we show to others, and the way we live truth into our lives. You know, early in life, Jacob misused truth. He twisted it, bending it, using it for his personal gain. But in this reunion, truth finally bows to good. And this is the spiritual point. Truth is important, but good must lead. Truth without goodness, it becomes cold, prideful, even harmful. But when truth humbles itself before love, reconciliation and healing become possible. Humility, it restores spiritual order. This theme shows up in our lives more often than we realize. You know, the author Elizabeth Gilbert once spoke about the fear that she felt after the incredible success of Eat, Pray, Love. She wondered if she would ever create something great again. Well, what helped her was hearing from other creative people, those who discovered that eventually their best work didn't come from themselves, but it came through them. You know, creativity flowed from a source outside of themselves. And that realization, this isn't all from me, is a form of humility. It prevents success from becoming an idol, and it protects our spirit when failure comes too. But in our modern media-driven world, humility can feel almost old-fashioned. Social media rewards self-promotion. Even religious posts can sometimes feel like spiritual bragging. And politics? Admitting a mistake, it's career suicide. Yet the Lord still calls us to humility, and not for His sake, but for our own. Swedenborg says it beautifully in his work, Secrets of Heaven. It is not for his sake that the Lord demands humility, worship, and gratitude. No, it is for our own sake. When we are humble, we can accept goodness from the Lord, because we are then detached from self-love and the evil that it spawns, which stands in the way. Whew, what a profound teaching. The Lord doesn't need our praise. He doesn't require our worship to boost His glory. He asks for humility so that we can receive. Because when pride fills the heart, well, there's no room for the divine, no room at the inn. And this is the Advent message. Christmas is about the Lord being born into the world, but spiritually, it's about Him being born in us. And for that birth to happen, there must be a manger, an empty, receptive space. And that space is humility. It's the acknowledgement that every good impulse, every genuinely loving action, every wise thought ultimately comes from the Lord. And in daily life, even from the people He works through. You see, when Jacob bowed to Esau, truth acknowledged its rightful place beneath good. And the moment he did, reconciliation became possible. The same is true for us. If our good deeds are done only to make ourselves look good, well, spiritually, that good is no good at all. But when we act from genuine humility, recognizing the Lord as the source, then the good that we do becomes truly good. So as Christmas approaches, ask yourself, where do I need humility in order to make room for the Lord? Where does truth in my life need to bow before love? And where is pride blocking reconciliation, healing, or spiritual growth? Our part this Advent and always is to prepare Him room. And that preparation begins with a humble heart. God bless you, and thank you for joining me for this episode of Spiritual Shorts.